It was a good week. We had a good day yesterday, a great day really. I'm just gonna ramble and we'll see what happens. So first of all, I love this group. I love this group of kids. That's not to take anything away from any other group of kids that I've had. They're all great. Kids ask me all the time, like, what's your favorite play that you have directed or been associated with? And the answer is almost always the one I'm working on, because that's the one I'm thinking about. There are definitely productions that have been special in one way or another, but I've been really lucky in that I've only directed one play that I hated every minute of. And it wasn't the kids' fault, it was the play and my lack of an idea of what my vision for that play was. So, other than that, they've all been great. And so if you're a former student watching this, I loved your group too, and I love you still to this day, but this group is a lot of fun to work with, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Not every minute, most minutes, some of the minutes I'm enjoying. So we hit a wall yesterday afternoon. Yesterday was our second marathon day. We're still in the building process with the set. So we hit a wall mid-afternoon, kind of early-ish mid-afternoon, and we didn't accomplish as much as I'd hoped. That's nobody's fault. That's how it happens sometimes. And we still got a lot accomplished, and we see where we're headed, and I think that it's going to be good. Let's see. Here's where we are in terms of the process of competitive one act in Oklahoma this year. So normally this takes place in October, but this year, because of COVID, we moved it to May, hoping that we could be in person. We're not going to be in person. We're still going to be virtual. We're skirting the edge of legality. We are still legal. We're going to upload videos of our shows, like the archival video of our show, to a secure website where 3 judges will have access to that video only for the period of time when they need to have access, and then that video will disappear forever. So that copy of it will then become the archival video that most of us are allowed via our contracts with licensing companies. So the entry is due on the 2nd, that's Tuesday, and that's exciting. So here's what we did. We had rehearsal, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
You're still recording? Hello!
Everything went well. All the rehearsals were actually really great. The Thursday rehearsal, I didn't ask the crew to come because I just needed to work acting stuff. I just needed to work the train scene. It's the hardest scene, one of the harder scenes. It's a pretty hard scene. And so I want to start that process, and it wasn't going to be fair to have the crew sit around and watch that process. They're always welcome. I mean, I told them they could come, but it was not necessary. And I got to say, we're burning out. Not from the play, not in theater, where I think we're actually all really excited about the play and this process, but as maybe as a school, maybe as a world, we're just getting really tired of this year, which, we've been tired of the year from the beginning. It's been a rough year, but this felt like a really long week, which is why I think we hit that wall early yesterday, at least earlier than I wanted to. So that's the deal there. What else? We got some more walls built. We started doing the faux finish on the trunks. I actually really like how they look right now, but I think they're completely wrong for the show. So probably I'm going to try to fix them. I love what they look like, and I love the colors. Here's what I did. Basic color palette. There are 4 colors. 2 of them, I want to do red and green because Hitchcock used red and green, particularly in Vertigo. So Gabe, his Hitchcock blonde character, Pamela, will be in green, surrounded by a lot of red, and so it'll look Christmassy a little bit, but also the boxes, the trunks and the box seats will be their own color. And look, here's a learning moment, a teachable moment, if you will. I picked those 2 pairs of colors at separate times. I picked the boxes, I picked the paint color, and then after I was doing research, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to go red and green. I don't know if that goes with the paint that I bought. So we're going to try. We'll see. I'm going to make it work. And I really like how they look. So it's a dilemma. Another development that happened this week, the association put out the rules for this year's One Act that explained how the camera works and stuff like that. Now here's the deal. I am conflicted. The camera, it can have no post-production editing, which I am all for. I mean, it's a play, right? It's not a video. The second thing though is you can zoom, you can pan, and you can move the camera. And for somebody like me who, and most theater directors who are creative, and especially somebody who's directing a play that's based on a Hitchcock movie, and somebody who is also interested in film and screenwriting and production, that's a challenge. It's a challenge. It would be a challenge. It's a challenge to figure out how to incorporate the camera, but it's also a challenge to not want to do it too much. So that's what I'm fighting against, because I have a lot of ideas that sort of instantly spring into my head, like, oh, we could do this and we could do that. Just we could sort of do edits and cuts by the way we frame things and by the way we move the camera. It's a mistake. It's a mistake, but I'm probably going to do it. I don't know. Yeah, I think it'll be fun, and here's the thing. Even if it is a little bit like maybe we get voted down on it, and the judges sort of punish us for overusing the camera, it's an opportunity to teach a lot of film and cinematography. It's also a great opportunity to bring creativity into the process, just another layer of creativity. I mean, the way you got to think about directing a play is the same as directing any kind of art. You layer it, right? You start with the base, and then you just keep piling on layers until you get what you want, and then you also have to take some things away and shape it. So maybe we'll take the camera stuff that I'm thinking away. I don't know. So there's that. Another thing I'm doing, which I have done in the past, but this time I decided. So I like to, sometimes I will like draw, well, I draw a lot. So sometimes I'll do portraits, like sketched portraits of my actors, my cast, and give those to them at the end. I don't do it every time because it takes a lot of time, but sometimes I will if I have the time. I don't really have the time now, but I decided it would be really cool to paint a movie style show poster for this. So usually I do a poster. Usually I'll buy the right to use the original artwork, but this time I think what I'm trying to do is paint an actual movie poster of the show. Here's the thing. I teach art, and I'm okay. I'm pretty good at drawing. I am not a painter. So right now I'm in the process. I've done like 100 studies of Chandler and Gabe, because if I can't get them, those are the two characters that are essentially the same character through the show. Gabe's the women and the bad guy, and Chandler's Hannah. If I can't get them, then it's a no-go, because I'm gonna have to paint Gabe a couple times in my design of it as different characters. It is rough, but I'm learning, and I'm really, frankly, just enjoying the process. I really like painting a lot. So I'm just not very good at it. What else? I think that's it. We did a lot of talking and planning. Look, it's the best time to go on a Saturday, to go work with these kids, hang out with them, watch them discover these things, just sort of embrace their creativity. And sometimes I feel like I'm some kind of a youth vampire. Like I feed on their energy. That's weird to say on camera. I'm going to cut that. All right, so that's this week. I got to enter, and we'll keep working over the week. And then I think in my classes, I'm just going to turn everything into, we're going to study theater through the lens of this production. So that'll make life easier. All right, so that's it. That's it for this week.
I came to steal this for math stuff.
What are you doing in math?
Trigonometry.
And you're using a tape measure?
Yeah, we're finding the height of stuff with the clinometer.
That's a clinometer? That's a string.
It's the same thing.
You could go fishing with that.
You look through it like
that's awesome.
like a pirate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Practical math.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, you can measure this too.
Awesome. With the clinometer.
Yeah, no, probably.
Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I reckon that's about 4 feet. 6 feet. No, 5'3".
Way to go.
5'6" in total.
Good.
If my eyes don't deceive me.
Well, they probably do. Okay.